Lawrence's moment of discovery had come a decade earlier, in early 1929. Then an unmarried 28-year-old associate professor of physics, newly arrived from Yale, he was living at Berkeley's faculty club and working late nights at the university laboratory. It was on one such lonely evening, while struggling through a recent article by a Norwegian engineer, Rolf Vidre, in a German journal, the Archiv für Elektrotechnik, that Ernest had his epiphany. Vidre's article was about a new way of speeding particles to high energies by repeated applications of a lower voltage. Resonance acceleration was an electromagnetic phenomenon without obvious practical application, in which positively charged particles are accelerated sequentially by electrical impulses as they pass through a succession of vacuum tubes. The acceleration ceased only when the experimenter ran out of tubes, or the particles fell out of step with the electrical impulses and spread out, shotgun-like, hitting the tube walls. A diagram in the article showed the vacuum tubes arranged in a straight line, end to end. Since his German was weak, Lawrence was drawn to the diagram rather than the text. With the intuitive understanding that was always his greatest strength, Lawrence instantly recognized that if the particles could be confined to a circle rather than a straight line, and kept focused by a magnet while electrical impulses accelerated them, alternately pulling and pushing, there might be no limit to the energies obtained. The following day, Ernest excitedly described his idea for a proton merry-go-round to Berkeley colleagues. For $25, Ernest built a tabletop model of his machine, debuting it a few months later before the American Physical Society. Lawrence reported on its promise to a September 1930 meeting of the National Academy of Sciences. Attached to a kitchen chair by a clothes hanger, it was a sensation among the scientists assembled. The first Lilliputian device never achieved the energies that Lawrence promised the National Academy, but proved the principle sound. A 25-year-old graduate student from Dartmouth, Stanley Livingston, helped Lawrence fashion his next machine of durable brass. Progress thereafter was rapid, for both Lawrence and his machines. In 1930, at the age of 29, Ernest became the youngest full professor in the history of the University of California. Magnetic resonance accelerator, Livingston's term for the proton merry-go-round, gradually gave way to cyclotron, a word inspired by the particle's path and the radiotron vacuum tube oscillators that propelled them.